Imagine a machine that flies so fast and so high that its only defensive maneuver against a surface-to-air missile is to simply press the throttle and outrun it. This is the SR-71 Blackbird, an engineering masterpiece built in the 1960s using slide rules and drafting paper, yet it remains the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft ever flown. It could cross the United States in just over an hour, cruising at speeds above Mach 3.2, or roughly 2,100 miles per hour. But to achieve that speed, engineers had to throw the traditional rulebook of aeronautics out the window. The most bizarre thing about the Blackbird was that on the runway, it was a leaky mess. Fuel would literally seep through the seams of the wings and pool on the tarmac. To a casual observer, it looked broken, but this was actually a brilliant piece of thermal engineering. Because the plane traveled at such extreme speeds, air friction would heat the titanium skin to over 600 degrees Celsius, 315 degrees Celsius. At those temperatures, metal expands. Engineers designed the airframe with loose-fitting panels and gaps so that when the plane heated up mid-flight, the metal would expand and the airframe would finally seal shut. It was a plane that only fit together perfectly when it was hot enough to melt lead. Quick question: if you could fly anywhere in the world in under 2 hours, where would you go? Tell us in the comments. The engine that changed its shape. The heart of the Blackbird was the Pratt & Whitney J58 engine. At low speeds, it operated like a standard turbojet. But as the plane accelerated past Mach 2, the physics of the air changed. To handle this, the engine used a series of 6 bypass tubes and a movable spike at the front of the intake. At high speeds, the spike would retract, redirecting the airflow around the core of the engine and directly into the afterburner. This effectively turned the engine into a ramjet, a device with no moving parts that uses the plane's own forward momentum to compress air for combustion. This meant that the faster the SR-71 flew, the more efficient its engines became. It didn't just fight air resistance, it used the air as a high-pressure propellant. The titanium heist. The materials science behind the Blackbird was just as wild as its engines, because aluminum would lose its structural integrity at the temperatures generated by Mach 3 flight. The plane had to be built almost entirely out of titanium. The problem: the United States didn't have enough of it. During the height of the Cold War, the world's largest supplier of high-grade titanium was the Soviet Union. In one of the great ironies of history, the CIA set up a series of shell companies to buy the titanium from the Soviets. The USSR unknowingly sold the US the very metal used to build the spy plane that would spend the next 2 decades flying over their territory, completely untouchable. Subscribe for more unexpected stories of human ingenuity.